One of the best things about starting a photography business is that you can do it from home, you can do it with very little money and very little experience, and you can start getting paid from clients almost right away. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then make sure you stay until the end, because I'm going to be sharing with you some of the top strategies that I've used to take me from working out of my parents' living room to having a photography studio, employing a team of people, and traveling around the world working on some major projects with some amazing brands. And all of this has happened within just a few years of me starting this journey. So if it can happen for me, it absolutely can do for you too. All you need to do is implement some of these strategies and you will start having some great successes in your business. Now, a lot of people think that when you start in photography, you need to invest in the best camera gear. And although there is some truth in having good quality cameras, it's not the be all and end all, and you can definitely get started with just a couple £100 and not spending very much money at all or investing into second-hand equipment. So yes, 100% you do need a camera to get started. That's how we're going to be taking the images of which you're going to go on to sell or to start working for clients. Now, a simple camera like this, a 7D perhaps, can set you back a couple £100, but there are definitely cheaper alternatives on the market, such as the Canon 600D, and I would definitely recommend that you go and take a look at a website called mpb.com. They're not sponsoring this channel. I wish they would, because they are absolutely amazing. We buy almost all of our stuff from them, but it's a really good website for used items that you can purchase. It comes with some kind of warranty as well, and you can get a much better deal on that. And you know, it's trusted, so everything works, and there's some kind of guarantee with that as well. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details over this video on how to actually use the camera. There's many videos on YouTube exactly about how to do that, and ultimately it starts with you spending some time with the camera, going out at evenings and weekends to take photos of the things that you're passionate about, whether that's sports, animals, wildlife, anything like that. Just spend as much time with the camera as you can and you're generally going to get a lot better. Try and push yourself to use manual settings over auto settings as well, because otherwise you will kind of get to a point where you've maxed out what you think the potential of your camera is, when really you've got so much more to go at. So if you can try and use manual settings, that's definitely going to be a big tip to help you on this journey. But how can you start making money right away? Because for most people, they might be working a part-time or full-time job somewhere else, and they're really passionate about photography and they want to start a business but don't really know how to go about earning money. They've probably heard friends of theirs say there's no money in photography or things like that, and that's completely not true. We've made hundreds of thousands of pounds through photography and video production, through our main business, and now that's enabled us to branch out into our studio and offer photography services in here as well. So anyone that suggests that you can't make money from photography is quite frankly lying, and they're probably not qualified to actually talk about it, because they're probably not a photographer themselves. And that's something that you will face a lot over this whole journey, will be a lot of pushback from people who are simply just jealous about you having a job that you enjoy, or the potentials of you running a business or having a career that you're really passionate about. Because you have to remember, most people go to work hating their job every single day. So why wouldn't you just want to have a job that you absolutely love and fully enjoy? So I'm going to start with the top 3 ways that you can use to start growing your business and making some money almost instantly. So the first one is to sell your images, or sell them as in stock footage and things like that. So there's many websites out there, for instance, Storyblocks, Pixels, loads of things. Just do a quick Google search for royalty-free images or images websites. You've got Adobe Shutterstock, so many different platforms. And what you can actually do is you can register as a creator on these accounts and upload your images. And you will definitely be cursed with this fear of not being good enough, especially when you're just starting out. And even now where we are, you know, we look at other people's work who are producing major commercials for some major brands, and we think, wow, that's some really good work. How do we necessarily grow to that level? And it's just about analyzing yourself, but being confident in what you can produce, and always know that you're always learning. The day you think that you know everything is the day that you should sell your camera gear, because you're not in the right mindset anymore. So don't fail because you have this fear of not doing well, or you don't want to put your work out there. There's very much part and parcel of doing that. So I suggest just go out there, take some photos and start uploading them to these websites. And how it works is that you'll get paid for every time someone downloads or uses your photo. So if you upload 1,000 photos, let's say, of wildlife photography, then do you think you're going to have more chance of selling those images than you will just uploading 10? Of course you will, absolutely. So it's about a quantities game, and for some people, the costs associated with the work that you put up there will also be viable. So for instance, some projects might have a small budget in terms of a production company where we actually won't purchase these certain templates or clips or anything like that because they simply cost too much for the budget. Whereas for some of the smaller work that perhaps isn't as high a quality, we'll actually look at those options as well, which will be suited for that particular client. So just don't have imposter syndrome effectively is another really good tip, because you're going to feel that your work's not good enough, but hey, you're going to get used to that because you'll almost always feel like that because you'll always be growing as a creative. Now, strategy number 2 is to team up with video production companies. And the reason that this is really important is because not every video production company offers photography services. And it's definitely something that we've started to do over a period of time. But at the beginning, when we were growing, we were just so focused on producing high quality videos for our clients that we didn't really entertain the idea of photography. So there's going to be tons and tons of businesses out there who can really use photography as part of their portfolio and their work, and are probably, even without knowing it, looking for someone to work with them on certain projects. As a video production company, we love getting behind the scenes content, and sometimes we completely forget to bring someone onto one of our major shoots to cover just that, behind the scenes content for ourselves. And this works as a really good collaborative relationship, because what it does is it also means that that production company can offer more services to their existing clients. They can then bring you in on that, and then you're getting paid your day rate, or you're getting paid for a period of time that you're working with them. So it becomes a really healthy relationship and a really good source of income for you, especially when you're growing. Now, you might, depending on where you are at the moment in time, might think of 2 ways of doing this. You might approach some companies and say, look, I'm just looking to build up my portfolio. You know, are you interested in me coming to take some photos behind the scenes, or to do some work for you free of charge while I grow, and then we can talk about payment down the line. For some of you, you'll be thinking, well, no, I'm a bit too established by that. Then absolutely just start charging. Once you've charged £100 a day, you can then charge £150 a day. Then you can charge £175 a day, and then £200 a day, and £250, £300. And that's how people end up charging £700 plus for photography. So when you're thinking about, well, how much should I actually charge for my services? It really depends on what kind of level are you at. Don't forget your equipment and everything like that. Whereabouts do you see yourself? Are you just starting out? In which case, try charging £50 to £100 a day. If you are have a nice portfolio, you might not have done any paid work yet, but you might have gone to your local supermarket, bought some products, taken some really nice product photography, and you've then got a nice portfolio that you can start selling. Well, in which case, start at £100 or start at £150 and scale it up. You'll soon start to get an understanding of how much you should charge. I always say, you know, try to offer something, offer a price that you're a little bit scared of, but you know there's value in that. So if that scary number for you is £200 a day, charge that, see what happens. You can always negotiate down, but it's very hard to negotiate up once someone agrees, yes, £100 a day is what they're willing to pay for you. It is 100% about portfolio, which is why I mentioned at the start of this video, it's really important that you go out on the weekends, take loads of photos of things that you're passionate about, or try to stage potential projects. So if you know someone with a business, ask them, can I come and take some photos of your business? Or go to your supermarket, get some products, take some product photography. Whatever you're passionate about, start to build a portfolio within that, because that is what will make you valuable. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter about what camera you've got, it all matters about the quality of the work that you can produce. And then you just target your businesses or who you want to outreach to against that. But dealing with other production companies that are also looking to grow and sell additional services is a really, really good partnership to have if you're just starting out and want to have a photography business. Now, just before I move on to my final tip, if you are finding this video useful, please do hit the subscribe button. It really helps us grow this channel and grow this community. I've made it my mission to give more away for free than most people would have you pay for. So if that sounds like a community that you want to be a part of, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what kind of content you would like to see. I respond to absolutely everyone, and I always love to engage with the community too. Okay, so the final tip is obviously an outreach method. And I say obviously like you should should know that. You definitely shouldn't know that. You only know what you know, right? So an outreach method or an outreach strategy is something that typical businesses would do. So like ourselves, we would actually go out and pitch to clients that have never heard of us before, and we would try to sell our services into that business. Now, it's important if you're doing this to have a portfolio. You need some kind of case study in order to be able to grab their attention and show them that you're worth this amount of money and you're worth them investing into as well. A lot of people now understand how important photography is, and that's great because it's in a much better position than it was a couple of years ago when I was starting. But this strategy is really for those who want to build more of a business and deal with clients in-house. It might seem a little bit scary to start off with, but trust me, once you get that ball rolling and see how business changing and life changing it can be to provide amazing content for these businesses, then it really feels like you get a sense of satisfaction, and then you understand your real purpose. You enable your clients to achieve their goals because you're providing the solution to their problems. Most of the time they need marketing materials. They want to show their business as a really established business, a business that's very professional. And the best way to do that is through professional photography. So I've got many videos about how to actually outreach on this as part of the Perspective Academy. I'll leave a link to that below. That's my online training platform. We've got over 158 videos on the platform, 26 hours of on-demand coaching, as well as live Q&As, a community. So please check that out if you want to broaden your skills even more and start to take this business seriously and start making some proper money very quickly. I've also got a free training that's linked in the description below as well, where I will actually show you some methods that you can use for outreach, specifically on Instagram, which is one of the hottest platforms to get new business right now. Doesn't matter whether you're just starting in this industry or you're already experienced and perhaps you're moving from weddings into the corporate world or anything like that. Check out that free training. I will share with you some of my most valuable tips that I'm using right now. So just to recap, you've got the options of selling your photos online through various websites as stock images. You've got another option of actually being able to team up and collaborate with other creatives, whether they're web design companies who will need photos for their website clients, or perhaps social media marketing agencies who are running social media adverts and will need a photographer to work with, or video production companies that are looking to add a new section to their portfolio, i.e. photos, and that makes a really strong collaboration. And thirdly is actually outreaching to these clients yourself, actually finding people on Instagram, finding their emails and actually contacting them and saying, hey, look, this is the kind of work I do. I would love the opportunity to have a chat with you to see if we can provide any photography services for your business. Outreach is very simple and it doesn't need to be any more complicated than just that. Email them, message them, hey, would you be interested in having a chat about how we can help you with some photography or some high-end photography or photography services or any one of those things. Outreach is always a numbers game. For every 100 people you outreach to, you might get around 10 clients that set a meeting with you. But once you've got those clients and you do a good job and deliver what they want, you've got so many opportunities to start building an established business. And that's what it's about. Bringing the clients into you, you look after them, you provide them with exactly what they need, and you can all grow together. If you have liked this video, please do hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out the Perspective Academy. Until next time, peace.